Hey everyone, I'm Raniery Mendes, and I'm here to present on my final project for INS 152. I'm so sorry for the backgrounds. Everything's a little bit crazy because I have to start packing before I move out. So let's get started because I really love it to do this assignment. So let's get started. I will just pull up. I'll load my screen. Let's find it right here. So you can see my screen. I will just put on the red slide and play from start. So let's talk about my plan for the next 10 years, starting now. So for the next 2 years, from 2022 through 2024, my plan is for the next 1 or 2 weeks to graduate from Wake Forest to obtain my uh, undergrad studies, where I did my undergrad studies. I double major in computer science and political science. And after that, my next step, starting right in the fall 2022, is to pursue my master's of science and computer science here at Wake. I'm very excited about it. But my plan for those 2 years includes during my master's program, I wanted to do a study abroad, either in the summer or a semester abroad. I'm really looking forward to doing it another semester abroad because in spring 2020, I did the Barcelona program, but unfortunately it was cut short because of COVID. However, it was such a great experience. It was very enriching, not only academically speaking, but also personally. I could learn new culture, new language, visit different countries, different places that I have never thought about. And I learned so much. It definitely changed my perspective of the world because even though I'm an international student, when I got here, like my point of view completely changed. And I thought it would be like sort of the same when I went to Barcelona. But even though the adjustment was kind of really similar, my perspective it changed in another way. So like I realized that every time I go to another country and I get to study there, I, I improve so much that I really want to do that again during my master's. Within the 2 year range, I also intend to pursue 2 internships in the tech field so I can learn more and kind of figure out which areas I like more. Because in the next other 2 years, from 2024 to 2026, I intend to either pursue a PhD if I can transfer the course work that I did in my master to my master program, so to my PhD program. So it will be a 3 year program. So if I can get into a PhD program of only 3 years, I'll be doing that PhD. Otherwise, I intend to go to the job market and get some time to get more experience in the work field. And in either case, I will pursue a fellowship, more focused on a fellowship that can happen during the summer, so I can become I can learn much more in depth about a specific area of computer science. So it will lead me to the next other 2 years from 2026 to 2028. Because my plan is to find a stable job and to move to a new country, but I want to combine both because if I'm able to pursue the fellowship that I said in the previous 2 years, I'll be more secure and I'll be more confident in which field of computer science I want to work with or I want to work in. So I think my plan will be find a stable job where I can have a career and just learn more, not only in terms of work field, but also like how it is to have like a full-time job. And I want to move to a new country. So my plan is to get hired to work for a multinational company so I can go to another country, like have this study abroad experience, but this time like in a very longer experience because I'll be like working there. So I really want to work for a company that gives me like the opportunity to move to new countries every other day, because it's very exciting. Both in, like thinking now like where I plan to be in 2026 is like, oh, I'm excited about it. I'll be like in another country. My plan is to go to Europe or Australia, but if I can, uh, if I can't, I'll be happy also to move to the West Coast here in the US, because I think work for the Silicon Valley would also be an amazing experience, and actually and would definitely improve my resume. But I think pursuing that fellowship, obtaining a PhD or some more experience in the job market, I'll become a more valuable asset. So it will be more easier, and also like will be wanted by the companies. So I'll be able to get the job I really want to. And after that, from 2028 to 2030, I want to revisit my entrepreneur side. So I want to debate about launch on a startup. I had a startup with my friends from college, but we're still kind of like we design everything, but we don't know like if you're at the right moment to launch it. So either that project or a new project, a new idea that I have, I want to have the time between 2028 to 2030 so I can think about that and maybe like pursue that idea. And I think having a stable job from those previous 2 years will help me have like the stability to, okay, if I want to do that, I'll have the time. I'll have like I don't have to think about how afford the cost of life. So that would be good. And I also want to take those 2 years to explore new hobbies, especially get involved with an NGO related to human rights. I think that will be a time that where I'll be able to revisit my poli sci major. So I'm very into international relations, especially topics that touch human rights. So I want to get involved and do some volunteer work with an NGO that does that. And finally, for the next other 2 years from 2030 to 2032, I have two major goals. I know they're kind of like big goals, but I want to set them to me. And if it is fine if I'm not there, but like I'll be happy if I was. So I have the goal, I have visited more than 40 countries, and that's weird. And that's why I want to work for a national company or like a company that pushes me, that will be challenging me, but like at the same time, like moving me to new countries where I can grow not only in my career but like personally too. I think that would be like a great addition, like my background. And also I wanted to start building a family. I just know like at that point I intend to be ready to be willing to commit to build a family, not necessarily like to have a family already, but like to build my own family. But I want to be ready to be willing to commit to like to have a family, because if I want to, like I want to be ready. So that's it. Thank you so much for your time. That's my plan for the next 10 years. Fingers crossed everything's gonna work out and I'll learn a lot. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day. That's it. Bye bye. Stop the recording.